Now, President Trump is going to war with the ocean. Well, maybe not. Maybe not a war, but he is making sure that oil companies and other fossil fuel industries or industry players will be able to have more access to the ocean to be able to drill for fossil fuels. Now, President Trump had repealed an executive order drafted by former President Obama that was actually meant to protect the Great Lakes and the oceans bordering the United States. In his executive order signed on Tuesday, Trump put emphasis on industries that use the oceans, particularly oil and natural gas drilling. He says, ocean industries employ millions of Americans to support a strong national economy. This order maintains and enhances these and other benefits to the nation through improved public access to marine data and information, efficient interagency coordination, and on ocean-related matters, and engagement with marine industries, the science and technology community, and other ocean stakeholders. Now, the order encourages more drilling and other industrial uses of the oceans and the Great Lakes. So wait a minute, is it public access or is it access to your cronies, to your friends in the fossil fuel industry? I think we know the answer to that already. Now, as somebody who lives fairly near the Great Lakes, I find this very problematic. The Great Lakes, I think, is one of the biggest in the United States freshwater sources. And you're going to let these oil companies just come in and drill it? It's bad enough we have Nestle that's pretty much taking all the water. But now you're going to have oil companies coming in there and drilling? Do you even remember Deepwater Horizon? Do you even remember any of the oil spills off the coast of Texas? No, of course he doesn't remember. He's an idiot. And his friends in the fossil fuel industry come up to him and say, hey, Trump, hey, Donald, looking tremendous today, by the way. Donald, I love what you're doing with your hair. You know what would be fantastic? If you were to let us drill in the Great Lakes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Where do I sign? Where do I sign? That's what's going on here. He doesn't know a damn thing about conservation. He doesn't know anything, or he doesn't care about any sort of pollution or any sort of potential spill. I believe it was maybe not Dakota Access. It might have been Dakota Access, or it might have been Keystone, one of the two pipelines that that President Trump had approved upon coming into office, had a gigantic spill. I think it was earlier this month. The very thing that we were warning against. Hey, if you're going to build these pipelines, they're going to spill, and it's going to have massive environmental damage. Trump says, I don't care. It's not in my backyard. So go ahead. My friends in industry really, really want this pipeline, or they really, really want to drill in the ocean. They really, really want to drill in the Arctic. Look, it's not only bad for the environment, it's also bad for climate change. And when it comes to climate change, because now, look, we've already pulled out of the Paris Climate Accords. Now President Trump has said we're going to focus more on coal. He's going to try to prop up the coal industry. He's going to try to prop up the oil industry and give them more, places to drill. It's only going to keep getting worse. I am really, really concerned about the future of humanity on this planet. And I think we all should be. With the rate that we're putting out carbon now, which was far more than before, and before it was bad enough to have to do something like the Paris Climate Agreement, it's getting worse. And so it's not just about ocean water, quality, big water, as Trump would say, and pollution in the ocean, in the killing of fish, from all these different spills that are very, very likely to happen, but also the impact on climate change. It's going to be disastrous. Now, the Republicans, by the way, and the industry, they love this. They said today's announcement, this is Rob Bishop, Representative Rob Bishop of Utah, chairman of the House Natural Resources Committee. He said, quote, today's announcement of President Trump repealing and replacing the bureaucratic, overreaching policy created under the previous administration puts our country's ocean policy back on the right track. President Trump's action will help the health of our oceans and ensure local communities impacted by ocean policy have a seat at the table. How exactly is this going to help the oceans? I just explained climate change, right? Now, something that I didn't mention about climate change is, of course, rising sea levels. Those very communities that he said, oh, these communities that are impacted by ocean policy are going to be very, very thankful of this. No, those very same communities are going to be underwater by the end of the century. That's what's going to happen to them. Not only those communities, but you're going to have major cities, New York, for example. You're going to have Florida, Miami, that's going to be underwater by the end of the century because of climate change, the melting of the Arctic sea ice. We're going to see all this as a result of climate change policy that we're enacting right now. We are going in the exact opposite direction of what we should be, where we should be going. We should be striving towards a green, sustainable energy future where we use renewable energy sources. We're not going in that direction. We're going in the opposite direction. And as far as health goes, this is the best analogy I can make for the health is saying that allowing companies to drill more in the oceans is like telling somebody who's a smoker, don't worry, smoking more will increase your health. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.